Yantam Vande Guru Param. Om. We are at the conclusion of the 9th chapter, which is the royal knowledge and the royal secret, which Krishna brings about his higher nature once again, which was introduced to us in the 7th chapter. Here, Krishna is encouraging us to become a bhakta of various gradations. Some of the best verses of bhakti will be heard here. We also have some controversial verses, which Swami Param has so nicely explained, so that we should have no problems with it. We are in a nice cruising part of the Bhagwad Gita, because the 9th chapter, the 10th chapter, the 11th chapter, the 12th chapter goes on very smoothly until we come to the 13th chapter, where the Jnana Yoga part sets in. The 10th chapter is full of various vibhutis, and I have requested Dr. Sundar to summarize all of them. So in one way, we'll be able to cover the 10th chapter a little faster. I will request the first speaker, Dr. Vikram. Your time starts now.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Vikram.
Yeah, so 9th chapter, Krishna is talking about various bhakti as a remedy to samsara. So there are basically now he is talking about sakama bhakti and nishkama bhakti. So the general principle is the higher the benefit that you seek, the more complicated the ritual is. So naturally, what we think is to achieve infinite, we have to do very complicated ritual. But Krishna says that Sakama Bhakti involves the maximum number of rules, whereas Nishkama Bhakti, all the rules are loosened. We can give any type of naivedyam, any flower you keep, it does not matter. Main thing is that our motive should be for the achievement of the infinite. And so the person who does Nishkama Bhakta is actually, his mind is purified, and whatever he offers, even if it is inferior, the Krishna will accept it, because he is offering it with a lot of love. So the medium of offering is not important, and the main thing is the intention is important. So this we have seen in the 9.26 verse. So now today I am going to 9.27. Yat karosi yadasnasi yajjuhosi dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat karusva madarpanam. O Arjuna, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer, whatever you give in charity, whatever austerity you undertake, dedicate that offering to me. So some persons may say that I do not have patram, pushpam, or anything. So even if you do not have any special thing for offering to me, so you will have food for you, or you will have water for you, or you will do some work. Whatever you are associated with, you may offer that to me as arpanam. So any work, most mundane work that you do, you can dedicate that to the Lord, and it can function as a puja. Yad asnasi, whatever you eat, you offer to the Lord. If you say that I am busy, I cannot keep in the puja room, no time, etc. When the food comes to your plate, before you gulp it down, we need to close our eyes and imagine that Lord is inside our stomach, and offer that food to the Lord inside the stomach. And this is called pranagniHotram. Whatever charity we offer, for example, earthquake relief fund or COVID relief fund, if you remember that all those COVID victims or earthquake victims are also God, because God is there in all of them. Just we need to change the attitude. So the attitudinal change is important. So even if we do tapasya, so if you are fasting to reduce your obesity, convert that into upavasam. So, and you need to dedicate that to me. It is So this is only an attitudinal change, and this is called Nishkama Bhakti. And this Nishkama Bhakti, it is Karma Yoga also, because the Ishvara Arpana Bhavana and Prasada Bhavana. And how this Nishkama Bhakti itself will lead to liberation. Again, Krishna will discuss this about in the next slokas. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Vikram. Nice explanation. We go to Prakash. Prakash, your time starts.
Yeah, good evening, doctor. Can you?
Yes, yes, go ahead a little louder.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Shubha Pallavi Mokshase Karma Bandhanaya Sanyasi Yoga Yukta Atma Vimukta Mama Pasyase. Lord Krishna is dealing with Sakama Bhakti and Nishkama Bhakti from verse 20 to 29. Sakama Bhakti is not Papa Karma or Nishiddha Karma and does not bring down a person, and only an obstacle to spiritual growth and keeps a person under spiritual stagnation and Rajasic Bhakti. So with regard to the Kamya Karma, gradual reduction should be replaced by Nishkama Karma or Sattva Karma. I utilize the spiritual growth. If at all I ask something from the Lord, I say Jnana Vairagya Siddhyartham, Chitya Siddhyartham, or Sattva Vichara Artham, Nidhityasam Praptyabdim, and Jnana Nishta Siddhyartham, and Sasta Avishmartham. Satya Avishmartham means it is not forgetting the Gita. In this verse, what is the result of Nishkama or Karma Yoga is pointed out. One is materialistic punyam and materialistic well-being. That is lot of money and good house. Born to rich parents in a prosperous country. The other child is swimming against the current because the parents are materialistic. Getting opportunities to study the Shastram is a spiritual punyam. Vivek, refer Vivek Chudamani, verse 3. To be born as a human being is because of punya. And to get desire for moksha is a spiritual punyam. This puja can give any one of the two punyam, but not both. Nishkama Bhakta converts all puja into spiritual punyam. He is not interested in material punyam and is free from material papam also. Therefore, Nishkama Bhakta transcends both punyam and papam. Shubha Pala Revam Mokshasi. So Arjuna will be freed from Shubha Palam, Punya Palam. Here Punya is materialistic Punyam. Shubha Palam also shall be free. For a Nishkama Bhakta, even if rules are violated, he shall not get papam. For example, Swami says in Vishnu Parayanam, even if there are mistakes, he shall correct the mistakes, and if the pronunciations are wrong, and recite it. That is Prativaya Papam. Whereas in a Nishkama Bhakta, rules of worship should be strictly followed and formalities of worship to be maintained. Sakama Bhakta may give results, or may even be counterproductive at times. Nishkama Bhakta transcends both Punyam and Papam or bonds only. Once we have sufficiently matured, we say Punyam is also a bondage. Punyam also keeps a person in Punarapi Janmam, Punarapi Maranam cycle. This is why the Upanishad is a Tata Vidva Punya Pape Vidyahu. So Krishna gives a title, Nishkama Bhakta or Karma Yoga, a title, Sannyasa Yoga Yuktatma. He is both a sannyasi and yogi. Karma Yoga is said to be endowed with renunciation because he is able to renounce the materialistic desire and do the puja for inner growth. Therefore, the Kama Tyaga makes a sannyasi without kasya vastram. That is the hawker robe. Krishna said this in chapter 6. Sannyasa means renunciation. If we drop the anxiety regarding materialistic things, it's a great renunciation. Often we get obsessed with money and positions that makes us feel insecure. This problem is because of the mind. A Nishkama Bhakta realizes, knows and believes in God for security. Then why is he called a yogi? Yoga here refers to action. He is associated with action and not materialistic desire. Therefore, he is called Sannyasi Yoga Yuktatma. He is more interested in inner growth. Vimukta, he will soon get liberated. Then a question arises, Karma Yoga does not get liberated, but does he mean Jnanam is not required? Jnana Yoga is very much the essential. Vimukta Bhavati. So he shall get purity of mind. Then he shall get desire for Vedanta Vichara. He shall get a Guru, Jnanam, and Chitta Shuddhi and Guru Prapta Dwara. By this route, he shall be liberated. Later, Mama Pashyasi, having liberated, merges into him. Merger is dropping the misconception that God is different from me. It is a realization that he and me are the same. Aham Brahmasmi. Thank you, Lord.
Hello.
Sir,
Thank you.
We lost Dr.
yeah.
I'm sorry, my audio was on mute. Prakash, that was a nice explanation of a very good verse. We go to Vishwanath. Vishwanath, your time starts.
We'll go to the verse. Samoham sarva bhuteshu na me dveshosti na priya e bhajanti tu mam bhaktya mai te teshu chapyaham. The meaning of the verse: I am the same towards all beings. There is no one who I hate, nor, however, those who worship me with love and devotion reside in me, and I reside in them. In the previous verse, Lord Krishna said, Nishkama Bhakta will merge in me, by which Krishna implies that Sakama Bhakta will not merge in me. Therefore, there may be doubt in the mind of Sakama Bhakta that Bhagavan is partial to his devotees, since he offers liberation to some and not to some. Rather, it's not to everybody. In this verse, in this particular verse, Lord Krishna clarifies that he is absolutely impartial. He does not hate or favor anybody. The difference in the result entirely depends on the effort and qualification of the seeker. Lord Krishna begins the verse by saying, Samoham, meaning I am equal to all. However, I have a uniform law in accordance with which I bestow my grace. This rule was previously stated in chapter 4, verse 11. I'll read that. I'll read the meaning of the verse in chapter 4, verse 11. In whatever the way people surrender to me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all aspects. O son of Pratha. As an example, the rainwater falls equally on the earth, yet the drop that falls on the cornfield gets converted into grain. The drop that falls in the desert bush gets converted into thorn. The drop that falls in the gutter becomes dirty water. And the drop that falls on the oyster becomes pearl. There is no partiality as part of the rain, since it is equitable in bestowing grace on the land. The raindrops cannot be held responsible for the variation in results, which are a consequence of the nature of the recipient. Similarly, Lord Krishna says, my grace is uniformly available to all. Mama dvesha nasti. There is no one who is hateful to me. Then how about the favorite? Krishna says, na priyaha. There is no favorite also. No one is more dear to me. Everyone is the same. If everyone is the same, the next question is, how come some people get liberation and some don't get liberation? Krishna says, difference is not caused by me. The difference is caused by the choice of the bhakta. And that's why we say moksha is determined by will, not God's grace. God's grace is available to all. The only differentiating factor is your will. Are you ready to choose Lord as the goal? Therefore, Krishna says, Ye mam bhaktya bhajanti. Bhajanti here is love and devotion. So those vivekis, those sadhana chatustaya sampanna adhikaris, those who worship me with love and devotion, and those who seek me as a goal will get on the path of moksha. In chapter 7, we studied God can be used as a means for worldly goals, or God can be used as an end itself. The one who chooses God as an end is called Nishkama Bhakta or Mumukshu Bhakta. Such a Bhakta is referred here. My the, they are existing in me. Tesu chapi aham, I am existing in them. In conclusion, I am in them, they are in me, we are never separate. Therefore, moksha is purushartha. Moksha is something that is attained through your choice only. Hari Om.
Thank you, Vishwanath. Very nice, very clear explanation. We go to Madhu. Madhu, please go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Good evening. Am I audible, sir?
Very clear. Go ahead.
Gurubhyo namaha. Api chet suduracharo bhajate mamana vibhag sadhureva samantavyaha samyagavya vasito hisaha. He who worships me, seeking nothing else, should be considered a saint only. Even if he has worst conduct, for he has resolved rightly. With the previous verse, the comparison and contrast of Sakama Bhakti and Nishkama Bhakti is completed as of verse 29, which is what we heard from Vishwanath, which started from 20th verse up to 29th. He clearly shows the difference between Sakama Bhakti and Nishkama Bhakti. Now, in the final portion of the 9th chapter, that is from this verse, that is 30th verse to 34th verse, Krishna is talking about the glory of bhakti, where bhakti is a sadhana which can be started at any stage of life. Unlike Jnana Yoga, as we know, Jnana Yoga cannot be started at any stage of your life. It requires a lot of preparations, it requires a lot of discipline, whereas bhakta doesn't need any qualification. Again here, we may notice Shankara's commentary of bhakti in Shloka 31 of Viveka Chudamani, Moksha Karana Samarghyam Bhaktireva Gariyasi Swaswarupānusandhanam Bhaktiritya Vidhiyate. Here, amongst the means and conditions necessary for liberation, Moksha Karana Samarghyam, devotion, Bhaktireva Gariyasi, alone is supreme. A constant contemplation of one's own real nature is called devotion or bhakti. Further, in 12th chapter, Krishna goes on elaborating bhakti into 5 levels, 5 being the highest level as you go down and down up to 1. He also says one can start at any stage, whether it is 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. And one need not suffer from mental guilt, as even in spiritual path, guilt can be a huge problem or a hurdle. Krishna beautifully directs, as in chapter 6, in a spiritual path, we require 4 kripas: Atma Kripa, Ishvara Kripa, Guru Kripa, Shastra Kripa. Here we may notice Atma Kripa. This is a guilt-free mind. Goes on to say, suppose one comes to me, Bhajate Mamana Nibhag, without any wavering mind, with Ananya Bhakti, seeking nothing else, the day he has decided to change. It may be noted here that nobody can change you or anyone, but if you have decided to change, nobody can stop it. As you would notice here, it is not where you stand matters. It is which direction you stand matters. Direction matters and not the location. Swami Chinmaya says here, ordinarily, there is a vague belief that a vicious sinner or a desperate criminal is an outcast who can never dare to enter courtyard of heavens. No doubt, Vedas condemn the sins, but not the sinner. The one who has come to keep consistently in his mind thoughts of God in the warmth of his growing devotion, samyak avyasito hisaha, because he has made the right resolve in life. Such an individual accomplishes a total rehabilitation of his mental life. Sant Gnaneshwar here, in his Gnaneshwari says, the man who has drowned in a flood cannot be considered to be drowned if he comes out safe on the other shore. The flute bearer, Sri Krishna, emphatically declares, sin disappears when the thoughts of me arise. He will be regarded as a saint, sadhureva samantaviha. It is very apt here to mention our old DVG's Kagga on Nishkama Bhakti. Hari Bhajakarodu, Bhayadi Nogedu Denivara, Bhakuti, Varada Melana Bhakti Anibaradu Node, Bariya Santoshadanu Rakarasa Nija Shakti, Nija Bhakti, Paramadakarshayadu Mankutima, Paramatmananu Bhajane Madu Parate, ಭಯದಿಂದ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನರದ್ದು, ವರವನ್ನು ಬೇಡಿ ಭಕ್ತಿ ತೋಡುವ ಜನ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಂದಿ ಎಂದು ನೋಡು. ಕೇವಲ ಸಂತೋಷದಿಂದ ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ಕೂಡಿದ್ದುದು ಮಾತ್ರ ನಿಜವಾದ ಭಕ್ತಿ. ಇದು ಪರಮಾತ್ಮನ ಆಕರ್ಷಣೆ. ಹರಿ ಓಂ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್.
Thank you, Madhu. Nice presentation. We enjoyed emphasizing the need not to be guilty because God is very forgiving. We need to have the heart of devotion. Dr. Suman, your time.
Yes, sir. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Am I audible, sir?
Clear. Go ahead.
Kshipram bhavati dharmatma shashvat chantim nigacchati kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranasyate. So the meaning is, soon he becomes a noble soul and certainly attains lasting peace. O Arjuna, declare to all, my devotee never perishes. So what happens to a person who decides that self-knowledge is the only worthwhile pursuit? Krishna says, Sa kshipram dharmatma bhavati. That is, he will soon become a dharma pradhana person. So dharmatma. Atma means mind. Dharmatma means a person whose mind values dharma more than artha and kama. Until now, we were only considering artha and kama, that is money and entertainment, as the primary things in life. Soon, we become more mature and we grow out of the artha kama delusion. It's not that we should reject them totally, but that is not the primary thing. Here, Swamiji gives the example of pickle. We can have pickle in a meal. There is no restriction for that. But whether you have pickle with curd rice or curd rice with pickle is important. If pickle becomes the main dish, then there is something wrong with it. Similarly, artha and kama should not be primary. They should be like the pickle, but the main pursuit of life is dharma. Here, dharma refers to values and moksha. Therefore, Krishna says, Kshipram. One stops being artha bhakta and artharthi bhakta and gradually becomes jignasu bhakta. So dharmatma means jignasu bhakta, one who uses devotion for inner growth. And once he has become jignasu bhakta, the next stage comes naturally, and that is gnani bhakta. What is the meaning of the word jignasu bhakta? Jignasu bhakta means a devotee who is interested in knowing the nature of God. Ishvara gnana ichchavan bhaktaha. So once there is an intense desire to know what exactly is God, we realize that God is the only source of peace, security, and happiness. Realizing this, Jignasu's desire increases to know the truth. What happens next? Eventually, from somewhere, a Shastra or a Guru arrives. Just like when a flower blooms, automatically bees will come. The flower need not send a postcard invitation. It is a natural phenomenon. It happens naturally. Similarly, when you bloom into a sadhana chatushtaya sampanna adhikari, gurus will come in search of you. Krishna tells this in chapter 10, verse 10. Tesam satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yenamam upayanti te. Because Bhagavan's law is that any genuine desire should be fulfilled. What you want, wants you. For example, when there is a desire for thirst, there must be water. When there is hunger, there must be food. When there is a desire for a new life, there must be reproductive organs. When there is light for activity, there must be darkness for rest. When there's ignorance, there must be knowledge how to remove ignorance. Similarly, if you have a thirst for Ishvara Gnanam, Bhagavan has to provide Guru. And therefore, Krishna says, Shastra or Guru will arrive along with the arrival of an ideal situation for learning. With this, you will get Gnanam and you will be converted into Gnani Bhaktaha. What next? Krishna says, Shashvat Chantim Nigachati. The moment you become Gnani Bhakta, you are a wise person. You gain wisdom. And such a Bhakta will attain peace of mind. And what type of peace does he achieve? Not a fleeting peace. Shashvat Shantim, everlasting peace of mind. A peace of mind which will not be disturbed by the upheavals that happens in that person's life. Shashvat Shantim Nigachatim. Furthermore, Krishna reassures us, Kaunteya Pratijanihi. Arjuna, not only take this promise from me, but also declare it to all. Share it to those who are ready and willing to hear. And what is that promise?
Loss of audio signals. Hello. Shall we proceed?
Yes, sir.
I think he's finished.
Almost.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think there's some loss of signal.
Yes.
We'll speak to him later. Shall we ask Vinayakan to start?
Yes.
Hello, sir. Sri Gurubhyo Namah. Am I audible, sir?
So the promise is, I will never allow spiritual downfall.
Yeah, that last part. That conclude.
Sorry, can I just complete the last one sentence, sir?
Sure. Please go ahead.
So, what is this promise? Name Bhakta Pranashyate. A devotee of the Lord will never have a spiritual fall. There may be materialistic ups and downs through prarabdha karma, but he will never fall spiritually. This is my promise, and therefore become my devotee. Hari Om, sir.
Thank you, Suman. Another beautiful verse, very nicely explained. Enjoying listening to all the speakers. Now here comes the really controversial verse, and Swami Param has given a nice explanation. Vinayakan, please explain.
Sri Gurubhyo Namah. Sir, am I audible, sir?
Yes, Vinayak.
Hello?
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Go ahead.
This 32nd verse, we can see the power of bhakti in this verse. Verse goes like this. Mam hi partha vyapasritya yepi syu papa yonayaha striyo vaisyastatha shudra tepi yanti param gatim. If we are seeing this literal meaning, it will be looking like controversial. But Swamiji clarifies it very beautifully. So here, Krishna wants to point out that even those people who have got certain disadvantages or handicaps, even those people can take to bhakti and attain liberation. So here comes the importance of bhakti or power of bhakti. Disadvantage means any type of handicap, physical, emotional, or intellectual, environmental, or parental, etc. Therefore, Krishna says, Partha mam hi vyapasritya tepi param gatim yandi. Even the disadvantaged people, handicapped people, or people with lot of spiritual obstacles will get moksha, that the highest goal of liberation, by taking refuge in me. Lord Krishna pointing here about the disadvantaged people. So 4 types of disadvantaged peoples are there. We can see that. Mainly, this Vedantic knowledge talks about subtle aspects, not about gross or physical aspects. So first disadvantaged people is Papa Yonaha, people of sinful birth. That means people who do not have a conducive atmosphere for spirituality. We know the example of Prahlada. Prahlada, son of Hiranyakashipu. So even though he's son of Hiranyakashipu, he was a strong devotee. So totally devoted to Lord Vishnu. And second meaning is Striyaha. This is not about the physical Stritvam. It is all about Swabhava Stritvam. Swabhava Stritvam. It refers to an emotional personality which obstructs the rational thinking. A personality in whom emotions dominates over reason. Manomaya Kosha dominates over Vijnanamaya Kosha. According to Shastra, Vijnanamaya Kosha or rational thinking should have control over emotion. If emotion are are going to control our reason, that person is an emotional person. It can lead to attachment, then lots of problems will come. So an emotional mind clings on attachment. Whoever got such a mind is called Stree mind. So Vedantically, a male person with such a mind is called Stree. There is no gender discrimination. Then comes Vaishya. So in fourth chapter, we had seen that in 13th verse, Chadurvarnyam Maya Srishtam Guna Karma Vibhagakartaram Apimam Vidyakartaram Avyam. So it is all about, all based on Guna and Karma, not only by birth. So Vaishya Swabhava means nothing but the Rajasic mind, earning, acquiring, accomplishing, etc. So generally a commercial mind. Then comes Shudra Swabhavaha. That is Tamo Guna Pradhana, a lazy mind, animalistic mind, etc. Therefore, Tepi Yandi Parangati certainly attains the supreme goals. The essence of this verse is Bhakti will help advantaged, disadvantaged people and advantaged thoroughly. So now we can read, O Arjuna, even peoples with a commercial mind and lazy mind.
Again, we're having a loss. What shall we do? Vinayakan?
Go ahead, sir. Hello, Vinayak. He's there in and out.
It looks like he has some problem on the internet, sir.
And there is waxing and waning. Okay, I will conclude. Vinayakan has given what Swami Param has given, a very nice explanation that we should not be able to take these literally, but to take it in the symbolic reason as disadvantageous situations from which we should be able to come out of it. Now, sometimes various gurus behave in a very irrational manner and very erratic manner. And this is a real test of all the bhaktas. Are you still with the guru? Suddenly you see a guru being intoxicated or behaving in a manner which is not socially conducible. And then you see the reaction of the devotees. If a person is a true devotee, you will stick to the guru, come what may, because these are some of the ways that person tests the bhakti. So we can take this in that way also. So with Shraddha, we take the words of Lord Krishna. Swami Param has nicely explained to it. Sudha, your time.
Hari Om, Doctor. Am I audible?
Very clear. Go ahead.
Continuing, it's told that in the previous verses, and Doctor and Vinayakan have given very nicely, if Gunashodras and Gunavaishyas can attain liberation in spite of their handicaps, be it mental, what to talk of Guna Brahmanas and Guna Kshatriyas who have got advantage by birth itself. So this is what Krishna is going to explain in this verse. Let us look into this verse now. Kim Guna Brahmana. Hello, am I audible, Doctor?
Yeah, go ahead.
Kim Puna Brahmana Punya Bhakta Rajarshyastatha Anityamasukham Lokam Imam Prapya Bhajasvamam. So here, let us see what we mean by Guna Brahmana and Guna Kshatriya here. He says, here Guna Brahmana is one who is Sattva Guna Pradhana. That is, by birth he is spiritually oriented. There is no craving for Artha Kama. He is a Guna Brahmana because of his Purva Janma Sadhana. A Guna Kshatriya is one who is the Rajasic person, who is extrovert. But there is a difference between a Guna Kshatriya and Guna Vaishya. A Guna Kshatriya is selflessly active. That is, he performs for the welfare of the whole society or the world. Whereas a Guna Vaishya is selfishly active. This person will not grow spiritually. he stagnates, but he will grow materially, keeping every pie for himself. He doesn't give anything in charity. On the other way, if someone asks him to help, he would even direct him to his neighbor and says that he is a great donor, please ask him. But whereas a Gunakshatriya performs all the actions and even sacrifices for the sake of the welfare of the society and the world, these selfless deeds purify his mind and will become a karma yogi. A Gunavaishya will become only a karmi. A Gunakshatriya's life is a karma yoga. Sooner or later, he will come to Gnanam and attain liberation. So Krishna says, Guna Brahmana and Gunakshatriya are advantageous people. Definitely, Bhakti will help them reach their goal. That is me. So here he is addressing Kim Punaha Punya Brahmanaha. What to talk of these Brahmanas? That is, Punya means sattvic minded, virtuously, naturally, dharmic by both Guna and Jati. And Rajarshaha, Gunakshatriya, who are also devoted, will certainly attain liberation. So what is needed here is only bhakti. Whosoever it is, be it, caste is not a bar here. Krishna is telling bhakti is more important. So may you worship me even as an Artha Bhakta in the beginning. That is to fulfill our desires, whatever may be worldly, material. So bhakti is more important. But do not postpone. What is the guarantee of future? Who has seen tomorrow? You have come to this Anitya Lokam, a world of finitude, a world of mortality. So Swami Param says very clearly here, never say you don't have time. Just start with some small prayer, few chants. That is, it need not be a Gita or Upanishad. At least before starting your work, just do one namaskar to the Lord. Pray for all-round growth. That is physical, emotional, intellectual, and spiritual. Because it's not only that this world is anityam, but asukham, which is full of problems. So if you spend few minutes in God contemplation, your problems will be taken care of. So bhakti is more important. That's what is stressed here. Hari Om, Doctor. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sudha. Very nice, very clearly. It came out very clearly this time. We enjoyed listening to you. We come to the last one, Dr. Rupa. Your time starts.
So can you hear me, sir?
Very clear, Doctor. Please go ahead.
I'll be chanting verse 34, which is the last and the concluding verse of this chapter. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Manmana bhava mad bhakta madhyaji mam namaskuru vame vaishasya yuktvaivam atmanam mat parayana. This is a beautiful and a popular verse which defines the lifestyle of a bhakta. The English translation of this verse, where Lord Krishna says to Arjuna, fix the mind on me, be my devotee, keep me as the supreme goal, be my worshipper, surrender to me. Fixing the mind in this manner, you will reach me alone, who am the self. In order to be a good bhakta, we need to have the following 5 disciplines. Firstly, Mad Bhakta Bhava. In the beginning stages, you need to look up to the God as the end. You learn to love God as a means for the fulfillment of worldly goals, which we call as Sakama Bhakti or Artha Artharthi Bhakti. Secondly, Mat Parayana. These worldly goals have limitations. They cannot give us security, peace, or happiness. In order to gain any of these, we have only one locus or source, that is God or Brahman. Therefore, may you take the Brahman as the goal of life. And when God is converted to your goal, you are called Mat Parayana, the ultimate goal of life. From sadhana, Bhagavan has now become Sadhyam, the goal. Thirdly, Manabhava. Do not forget this ultimate goal. Once Bhagavan has become the primary goal, your mind should not lose sight of this goal. Lord Krishna says, In your preoccupation with the incidental goal of earning money, raising a family, do not forget for what purpose you are living. Keep me in your mind and in your subconscious mind as the goal. Do not forget your destination, that is, have Tivra Mumukshu Bhava. Fourthly, Madhyaji Bhava. Convert every one of your actions into worship of Lord, contributing to spiritual growth. Become a Karma Yogi. Fifthly, Mam Namaskuru. With all the above four, naturally you will progress spiritually, but remember not to be arrogant. Whatever growth I am getting is because of the grace of the Lord, and in future also I require the grace of the Lord. So learn to be humble. Madhyaji indicates the use of free will, whereas Mam Namaskuru indicates the importance of God's grace or Ishvara Anugraha. Both should go hand in hand. So, the 5 disciples to be a Bhakta are, in summary, 1. Develop devotion to me, Mad Bhakta Bhava. 2. Make me as your ultimate goal, Mat Parayana. Thirdly, do not lose sight of me as the goal, Manmana Bhava. Fourthly, convert every moment of your life into a purificatory exercise, Madhyaji Bhava. Fifthly, always surrender to the Lord and do everything with Lord's blessings, which is Mam Namaskuru. If the above 5 conditions are established, Lord Krishna says, Eva Matmana Yuktva. Thus, engaging yourself in this devotional life, Mam Eva Esyasi, you will certainly attain me alone. You will attain moksha, whatever be the level of the person. So, in summary, start with devotion to the Lord or the God, from Ekarupa to Anekarupa and then to Arupa. So, Swami Param says, please start somewhere, as Mr. Sudha mentioned in the previous verse. So, this ends the beautiful 9th chapter, which talks so much about bhakti. Since we are ending the 9th chapter, sir, should I also chant the ending mantra?
Yes, doctor. Yes, doctor.
Please do so.
Om Tat Sad Iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita Su Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishnarjuna Samvade Raja Vidya Raja Guhya Yoga Nama Navamo Dhyayaha. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Rupa. Beautiful verse, a nice conclusion of the 9th chapter, and very nicely brought out, very nicely summarized. If you will see exactly word for word, the first line is also there in the 18th chapter, verse 65. You can see how much of the verse is repeated there. I'm looking forward for that day when we will be doing this particular verse. We have come to the conclusion of the 9th chapter, and another again wish to thank each speaker. I could not speak to Vinayakan at the conclusion. Vinayakan brought out his verse very beautifully. All speakers have
Hello, sir. I just missed the connection, sir. Thank you, sir.
No problem. You brought out very well. It was nicely done. All speakers have done a great job, and all the verses today were very, very meaningful and very nicely brought out. So it was a great experience to study the 9th chapter of the Bhagwad Gita. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Vavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti.
Sir, I had a point to